Hello everyone, my name is Orlando Arnosa and I'm part of the local scoop team. This is the feature presentation for user story number 2847, which is to create the map for the local scoop page. The contact information can be seen on screen right now. I am the developer Orlando Arnosa and the product owner for this project is Dr. Masood Sajjadi. Moving on to Mingle here. The description for this user story is as a user, I should see a detailed map in the local scoop page containing important information regarding the area so that I can make an informed decision on whether to purchase or rent a property there. The acceptance criteria is as follows. The map must be scalable and can be resized to fit the page. The map must be able to zoom in and out of any location. And the map must contain a clear and visible marker to distinguish the current location. Some of the related tasks for this user story were to add a map to the HTML page, add a marker to that map, and finally get the API key, as we will be utilizing Google Maps JavaScript API for this user story. So moving to a demonstration of the features that are being implemented, I currently have the BreazeHome project running on localhost, and we can navigate to the local scoop page by clicking on this link in the top. So opening the local scoop page, you'll be immediately presented with a large map. We also have this title bar and this nav bar. The title bar contains the title of the page, and it will have a search bar here where you can search by city, neighborhood, zip code, whatever you want. And based on that search parameter, we'll be able to move this marker to the location that was input within the search bar. We also have this nav bar, which contains all the features being worked on by my teammates. So we have amenities, schools, transportation, crime, and hazards. This nav bar will contain a drop-down menu where you'll be able to sort the filters for each feature. So for example, if you want amenities, you could sort whether you want restaurants, food, entertainment, and they'll display only those selected. Moving on to the map. As you drag down to prevent the map from going in and you actually being able to navigate around the page, you have to hit Control and plus scroll to zoom in. So if I want to zoom in on the map, I could hit Control, move the mouse up to zoom in, move the mouse down to zoom out. This would allow the page to still be able to move up and down. We also have a full screen view where you could toggle it on the top right. This will enable full screen. You could move the map around. As this map is utilizing the Google Maps JavaScript API, we have all the Google functionality. So as you can see, there are watermarks here. That is to abide by the terms of service provided by the Google API. So with this map, we also have a street view. So for example, I could zoom in close to this location, which would be Brickell Avenue. And on the bottom right, I can grab this little human icon, click and drag them to the road. And I am presented with a Google Street View of the location I am looking at. You could move around. You could click on a different area to zoom to a different place. And we can go back to how it was. Along with this feature, we also have a satellite view, so you could see a real picture of the location that you're trying to look at. It zooms in quite a bit and changes the picture as you do so to have more detail. So let's now take a look at the code and see how everything was made possible. So moving into the code, I have open the three files I mainly worked on. That is localscoop.html, localscoop.js, and localscoop.scss. In the localscoop.html, I have created a new element, which is the title bar. Contains the local scoop text, Then I also created an unordered list for the nav bar. There it has empty HTTP references, as these will be implemented later on. But you have amenities, schools, transportation, crime, and hazards. The bulk of this user story can be found within these few lines. So I created a new div element which has the ID of map, and it has this script which was created, which is called Init Map. So the Init Map makes a call to the local scoop.js file, and in here we have the function which initializes and adds the map to the page. So the first variable created is the location variable. At the moment it is a static variable, as the dynamic one would come from the search bar implementation. But for now the page opens up to the location of Miami. Here's the latitude and longitude of the location, which needs to be passed in for the location to be found. Besides that, we created a new variable, a new object rather, which is the map object, which is equal to a new Google Maps.map. The zoom parameter shows just how much the zoom is on the map when the page is opened. The center is the parameter that we pass up here, so it'll be centered in Miami. And then this is the styles and colors and the default values of the map to get it to look in the same theme as BreazeHome. Finally, down here we have a new map marker object, which is created with Google Maps.marker. The position is centered in the same as the center of the map, and the icon is the yellow icon. This is a call to a page containing the yellow dot icon. So that is the call to initialize the map, but the way the map works is through a call to the API. So here's a script. It's the async defer source script, where it makes a call to the Google Maps API, and here it has a key which needs to be placed within the HTML file. And the way that this key is secured is by a HTTP referrer list in the Google Developer Tools. So I have set the HTTP referrer to only be BreazeHome and temporarily localhost. So the only people that could see the map would be the developers of this project or anyone that runs on localhost, and then the BreazeHome website. Besides that, the styling for the page is found in the local scoop.css. The map height and width is declared here, and then here is all the information for the nav bar and the title bar. So just to clarify on the permissions for the API, here I have opened the Google Developer Cloud Platform, where I can manage the API and services. I created a key which is called the local scoop map, created on June 12, 2018, and it has two restrictions, and that can be seen right here. So the map is restricted to only being able to use the maps JavaScript API, and the HTTP refers is the breazehome.com and the local host running on port 9000. To finalize the feature presentation, I'll go over the acceptance criteria one last time. So the map must be scalable and can be resized to fit the page. That can be done so by clicking on the top icon over here that toggles the full screen view. It resizes to fit the entire page. The map must be able to zoom in and out of any location. You can hold Control and scroll up to zoom into any location. You can also move the map around. And finally, the map must contain a clear and visible marker to distinguish the current location. And that map marker can be found right here. It is a clear and visible yellow color, which matches the theme of the BreazeHome website. So with all the features implemented and the acceptance criteria met, I leave you with my contact information on the screen. My name is Orlando Arnosa, the product owner is Dr. Masood Sajjadi, and I'd like to thank you all for watching.